Whoever joins, but they'll be late. What up, though, Sean?
What's
How you
going on,
feeling?
bro? Hey, I'll start by saying this. I was wrong. I don't have a problem admitting it. I think it was two really good games that were played. The first one, that was as entertaining as it was going to get between two obviously future Hall of Famers. And the better quarterback won. Brady, he
Better
won.
quarterback won?
Well, talented, you know what I mean. Rodgers is better talented, but the guy who has more experience and to get into the highest level in the game, that's where it goes to.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it, I guess. 280 yards, 3 picks,
Yeah. Well, hey, actually he only had 2 picks because the third one is on Mike Evans. That went right off his hands and it was a tip drill. So I don't really blame all 3 on him. I think it was the second pick was just on off of Evans' hands, and it was just part of the tip drill. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm feeling kind of fresh. Your boy Easy was undefeated throughout the weekend. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? Throughout, UFC, NFL. Obviously, it's team fuck Tom Brady over here. But he pulled it out. He won. His team won, I should say. That defense, though. That was my reasoning for it. Was that Tampa Bay defense? And they balled out again, especially in the beginning of that game. How many times did Aaron Rodgers get sacked today?
I want to say he got sacked 5 times. Let me double check on that, but I want to say it's 5.
I'm gonna look it up too.
Let me double check for you.
Let me mute my phone too. What a dipshit.
He got sacked. Yeah, he got sacked 5 times.
Yeah, man. That's they're all over him in the beginning half, and then obviously he threw an interception. That's on him for Aaron Rodgers. But it is what it is, man. Tom Brady's going to another Super Bowl this time, representing the NFC, which is kind of crazy to think about, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and this is a 10th time going to the Super Bowl. Do you think that's ever going to happen again? I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to see that again.
No one will ever even get. I don't think anyone will ever get like 5 again, unless it's like a guy who just bounces around teams and plays a minimal role. You'll never see a quarterback go and get 6 rings.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. How close do you think Mahomes gets to him?
Well, I guess if you were to pick a name, that'd be the guy, right? Mahomes is the real deal. We can't deny that. If I had to pick somebody, it's Mahomes. But I just can't. It's just such an anomaly because, with football, it's so dependent on so many things. Just like you said earlier, the interception that Tom Brady threw was kind of on Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? You have situations like that can happen in games on top of injuries too. So it's what Tom Brady has done is truly unprecedented. It's never been done before, and I don't think we'll ever see it again in our lifetime. He truly is one of the greatest of all time. As much as I hate to admit it, man.
Yeah.
It's team fuck Tom Brady, but I'll admit greatness when something's great. You can't deny greatness at times, man.
Yep. You hit it right on the head with that. And you believe this, Easy? This is the first time that the home team is actually going to be hosting the Super Bowl. You believe that?
This guy, Tom Brady, is fucking just crazy. The shit it makes no fucking sense. I feel like we're living in his world. It's wild. How is he? How? I don't understand it.
Oh my goodness.
Man. And then is he the first guy to bounce back between 2 teams and go to Super Bowl as well? He's the first guy to go from AFC as a starter and represent
the NFC. Yeah, I think so. And especially in his first year too. When you look at really good quarterbacks that made the bounce towards their end of their career, the first guy that comes to my mind was Joe Montana when he made the move from the Niners to Kansas City. And he just came up short in the 93 season to Buffalo in the Conference Championship. Montana just came up short. But obviously, it's a different scenario here. Brady ends up winning it and now advancing to his 10th Super Bowl where it's for a fact, how much it feels like Brady can go on for a few more years. He's acting like he's ready to ball out for another year or 2.
He said he doesn't want to retire until he's 45. Right now, he's 43. So could be 2 more years of this, man. And this point too, it's guys. That's one thing, and it won't be said in history books, but this team is stacked.
Yeah.
No Antonio Brown today, but all the other pieces they have along with it. Like for them to get Leonard Fournette, man, that shit was crazy.
Dude, oh my God. It's just, see, that's the thing though. If they can get their running game going consistently, holy crap, man. Could you imagine them adding another RB this offseason?
Or just some offensive linemen, you know?
Yeah. Holy crap.
I have a question. Who drafted first this year? Was it the Vikings or the Packers? Like the way the draft order went. Do you know?
It was the Vikings. Vikings had they got Jefferson. They got Jefferson first.
Oh wait, didn't Green Bay trade back or they traded up? Yeah,
they traded up for Jordan Love.
Okay. I was to say, what picture scenario where Green Bay gets Justin Jefferson for Aaron Rodgers, instead of grabbing a fucking backup quarterback, trading up to grab a backup quarterback. In a time where you're competing for a champion, like that's just wild to me that they did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to this day, I will never understand that process, and until I get to have a face-to-face interview with Green Bay's front office about that, we'll never know. We'll never know what the heck that thought process was.
Yeah, they picked number 30. And even San Francisco. I think San Francisco took Pitts, right? In the I'm thinking somebody in the Colts. Actually, I'm sorry. The receiver on the Colts.
Wait. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. You're talking about Pittman Jr. The Colts took. Yeah, I know.
Even then, there's other rounds where they could have grabbed another receiver. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, they the Clemson kid too. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Why the heck am I drawing a blank on his name? Oh my God. He's a tall kid that went to Cincy, I think. What the heck is this kid's name?
Oh, Higgins?
Yeah. T. Higgins. Yeah. Yep.
Fucking crazy, man. I feel really bad for Aaron Rodgers. Did you see some of the shit that came out during the press conferences and whatnot? Like,
I didn't get to tune into it completely, but I've been hearing that he's been obviously a little bit ticked off, and for obvious reasons.
Yeah, he said I saw that he spoke on like uncertainty in his future amongst him and others within the organization, which is like, damn,
yeah,
savage. And then he also said, I forgot what the question was, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read it. I just read the headline. But they were asking around about the field goal they ended up kicking. I think it was in the third. When was that? Because I told you I went to sleep the second half. I knew where they're at.
Yeah, the field goal was inside. I think it was the fourth quarter. I believe it was actually. I think it was like close to the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and then they asked him about that, and then he gave him an honest answer, like it wasn't my call. And it kind of like I guess in a way. I mean, I can't speak on it actually. Like I said, I only read the headline. I didn't watch the actual interview, and it could have been taken out of context. You know how they do sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about the AFC Championship, man? Actually, yeah, we'll speak on that. Then I'll ask you another question. But yeah, how'd you feel about the AFC Championship? Yeah, both your teams lost today.
Yeah, they did. The matchup that I would have loved to see, it didn't happen, obviously. And it's simple, man. It's simple what happened. The better team won in both scenarios. I mean, Mahomes he was battling. He was in and out of concussion protocol throughout the week. I was watching some videos and stuff of him practicing throughout the week prior to the game. And each and every day, Mahomes just looked like he was getting more sharper and just back to like pretty much normal. And I was like, man, this guy all of a sudden is going to be a major problem. And now you come into this scenario where I thought that Buffalo was going to end up shocking the world. I really thought that this could have been Buffalo's year. I just had a feeling about it, but then again, you just got to remember that Mahomes with that damn offense. I mean, did you see Tyreek Hill tonight?
Holy I'm gonna look at. Yeah, I want to see those stats because I saw that one. He had a big ass run. I don't know what it would. Here, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Dude, I swear you can argue that he's like a top 10 freaking RB this year. I mean, like he's like been playing freaking running back for them this year. Holy crap!
Speed fucking kills, man. I don't know if it's just like this because there's been plenty of fast guys in the NFL. Like, I don't understand. Like, what's different about him? Is the catching? Is the route running combined with it? Like, is he just that much faster than like the other fast guys in the league?
Yeah, he's just something else, man. I can't even answer that. He's just this guy is just a whole different freaking animal. He's just built different, man. That's all I have to say about him. He's just a whole different breed. But what about what's a kid's name? McCole Hardman. I mean, that's another fast kid. that's on that offense. I mean, man, man.
Yeah, looking at the yards today. Tyreek Hill, 172 yards on 9 receptions. Travis Kelce, 13 receptions. Damn.
Yeah, Kelce, he's been really hot like all game long. Like, oh my God. And that's the one thing too. Buffalo's secondary did not adjust to that whatsoever. Like Kelce was getting targeted just like every other play at some point. And I was even yelling at the TV. I'm like, guys, do you know that this ball is gonna go to Kelce soon or what? I'm like, is anyone gonna recognize this guy? I mean, it's just
13 receptions on the day. And like you said, he's a key part of that offense. So you think that it's a tough guy to stop, man. I'm not going to
and it's not even close. Not even close in the tight end race. When you talk about who's the best tight end in the league, not even close. Hands down, Travis Kelce, man. I don't want to hear it. I know you're going to have those George Kittle guys, but here, you're going to play that what if game about him. When he's healthy, when he's on the field. Oh, what happens if he has a legit quarterback other than Jimmy Garoppolo? That's all what if scenarios. We'll get to that when that happens. But right now, hands down, Travis Kelce, man.
Absolutely. Not even, Kelce now or Gronk in his prime.
Ooh, oh my God. You stumped me there, man. Oh my God.
It is a tough one, man.
I might need some time on that. Seriously. Like
don't feel pressure to answer that one because I
have to do my due diligence on stats, man, with that because man, that's a great question. That's really good.
That'll be a whole show topic and we'll do a whole video on it. That'll be fun. Yeah, the Chiefs so fucking talented on the offensive end, man. And so creative too. I'm looking at the stat lineup. They got dudes like McCall Hardman, wide receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
150-yard carry. What the fuck, Clyde Edwards-Helaire scored a touchdown. Darrell Williams had one, but it's just they're all over the place, man. They're so productive. I felt like McCall Hardman was a lot more. I mean, he had a touchdown too today, but I feel like he's more part of the game. But when you look at the numbers at the end of the day, he really just had that 50-yard run and the 2 receptions. Mm-hmm. I know he muffed the ball. That team is just they're wild, man.
Yeah,
truly wild. I'm trying to look at so 4 sacks. You know what I want to look at real quick too is the Bills rushing numbers.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at that too right now. Yo,
Josh Allen, 88 yards. Holy shit,
dude! Don't you think that's a problem though, man? That's a problem when your quarterback leads you in rushing yards consistently.
Oh yeah,
that's a major problem, man.
Going back to our preview show, that was one of the reasons that I said, "Oh, it's going to be a blowout," because I went back all the way back to when they played earlier this year, and Buffalo's. I get the rushing stats because during that Ravens game, I was like, "Ew, what the fuck? You guys aren't running the ball at all. What's going on?" Same thing, man. It was.
Yeah, dude. I thought things were gonna change. I really did from that week from playing Baltimore and heading into this one. I thought the offense would have been slightly better, but I mean, you talk about the running game. We didn't see much improvement there, and I mean that's something they're got to address on in the offseason. Seriously, that's a no-brainer. I mean, an Aaron Jones fits perfectly for them. I don't know if he leaves Green Bay. I expect. What's up?
No, my bag glitched out.
Oh, okay.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that I was going through what Buffalo. I think we all could agree on this. I mean, they need an actual RB now. We really need to, that running game needs to get established this offseason.
Yeah.
And I mean, this could be a big time stretch. But let's just say if Aaron Jones decides to actually test free agency and leave Green Bay for some reason, right? I mean, I think Buffalo should be top runners for him. If he would decide to leave Green Bay, I mean, you should be top bidders for him.
No, you're absolutely right because I do need a rushing game. It's weird though too because when I look at that a stat like that rushing. I know there's more pieces to it, like an offensive line, for instance. You know what I'm saying? It's not truly all based off on running back because you could have I mean, Le'Veon Bell, for instance, in Pittsburgh, an absolute fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? We see him go to the Jets, and it's like he just disappears, falls off the map. It just happens that way sometimes, man. Happens that way. Man said 8 away. Oh, yeah, we are 8 away from 1K.
Yeah.
Philly, man, if you want to join, talk some football, man, you're more than welcome, man. We're just kind of nerding out in the games today and whatnot. I'll drop a link right here. That's what I do right now.
Oh, and another guy that I want to highlight for Buffalo, like in the draft this year, I would love to see them get the kid out of Alabama, Najee Harris. Easy. Whenever you get the chance, just look up highlights on that kid.
I saw him in the national championship game doing his good thing. But
he's insane.
Situation, he has the offensive line. Alabama stacked completely as a team. This is like, but most of the time, Alabama running backs pan out. I mean, Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram. I mean, the list goes on and on with those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I wonder, what do you think it is with them? Do you think it's a skill at running back, or do you think it's like more to do with the offensive line and whatnot?
I think it's just the skill in the backfield. I mean, it's just like Singletary. Here's the thing: it's nothing against the guy personally. That I just want to make that clear, because I always have to make that clear. It's just what he's doing.
It's not a fuck Tom Brady situation.
It's not a fuck Tom Brady situation. Much love, Singletary. Much love, man. But I haven't seen much improvement from his rookie year. I mean, I just want to see this guy build up consistency. And like here's the thing with this guy. He shows so much potential. Like he gives you flashes of something that he can be actually something for them. And I'm like, man, if only you can do this consistently. That's it, man. I think Singletary is going to be a good RB for them, but he cannot be the number one option. He can't. I think he's a good, really good number two for them. I truly believe that about Singletary. He's going to be a quality number two for them in that backfield. You just can't rely on him as a first guy.
Is there any love for the Bills for you, like being out there on the East Coast in New York?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with it's really interesting out here. There's a lot of love for the Bills, but the reason why I was rooting for them personally, because it was just somebody in the family that's a diehard Bills fan. So I was just rooting for them, for them. But man, like I said, you know me, I have no reason to hate on Buffalo. I mean, my team ended up beating them in the Super Bowl back in the day. So it's like, what do I have against, like, for example, like against New England? What do I have against New England? Eli Manning beat Brady twice. What do I have problems against New England for?
Yeah, for me it's Tom Brady, man. Fuck that. It's no, the Buffalo's one of those teams. It's fun to root for them because you've watched them like mature, I guess. Yeah. Because you saw them when they weren't shit and they're like one of the laughing stocks, and now here they are playing the AFC Championship. But second year in a row in the playoffs too. It's like it's not like they're a fluke team in the AFC Championship. Like, did Jacksonville actually make it all the way to the AFC Championship?
They did. They did. I think, was it like 2017 or 2016? They played New England, right? Yeah, they had Blake Bortles, I think. As you believe that? Blake Bortles as quarterback.
Fucking Bortles, man. And it's not like one of those situations because like Buffalo's good, man. Like I really like Josh. Josh Allen's come on, and I think, and I'm not gonna make any comparisons to like Brady and Manning because those are truly like greats, like all-time greats. It's not like one of those generational things, but like I feel like for the next generation of like quarterback battles and like big name, matchups, I think we're seeing Mahomes and Allen. That's going to be like the new, like, top tier rivalry as far as these quarterbacks go, man. And it's exciting to watch, I guess, emerge itself. We knew Mahomes was great, right? But like Allen, to see him come out and improve off of last year, like it's good. I'm excited for the Bills, man. I wonder what they are going to do.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw this, but Stephon Diggs actually stayed on like the sideline. He was on the field watching the Chiefs celebration. He was watching that. He was soaking all that in, taking all that in. And, that's that type of motivation as a young player like he is, just for the experience of being in that game and knowing what it's like to come up short like that. You know what I mean? Like, I love that he did that. Loved it, because you need to sink that in, get the true feeling of losing to a great team like that. And now just that gives you firepower. That gives you firepower in the offseason, and you know what you got to work on and what you have to improve on. And you know for a fact, like, hey, man, guess what? This is just the start of many matchups between Buffalo and KC in a huge, huge playoff game. This is just a start.
If you had to build a team from scratch to stop the Kansas City Chiefs, what are like the key like components to that?
Oh my God. I mean, man, I guess what they got to keep on doing. It's like here's the thing for them. They have the receiving core, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I mean, I think it's more for them besides the running backs. We keep on talking about running backs, but besides that, you got to go defensively too. I mean, like Kansas City, here's the thing with them. Throughout the regular season, they're a suspect type defense, right? They're usually like a suspect iffy type defense throughout the season. But when it comes to postseason time, they show up as a unit. Like, man, they're like a completely different defense. I'm like, I watch them, I just, who the hell is this group? I'm like, I haven't seen this for the majority of the regular season. I'm like, where the heck did they come from? But that's the thing with them. That's what's so great about Casey's defense. And like, you gotta love it. I mean, it goes up and down the list. You look at Tyrann Mathieu, big ball. You look at Chris Jones. You look at Clark. You look at so many other guys for them, and that's just been terrific. But I mean, that's I think what Buffalo needs. Buffalo needs to get guys on their defensive side of the football. They need to just keep on adding, and you just got to find guys who aren't going to be running backwards to tackle Tyreek Hill. I mean, did you see that? No one was running normal. They were running backwards to try and tackle him. I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, is someone going to run forward? I'm like, someone go get him.
I want to see where Kansas City ranked in like rushing yards over the year, this past year too. So you think defense, like, you know what? I'm asking so many questions, man. I'm just trying to figure out like what is like the answer to the Kansas City Chiefs. It just seems like when they're on,
it's their defense. Buffalo needs to improve on their defense. Because like I said,
so
when you have an elite offense like Kansas City is, I mean, the only way you can stop them is obviously having a legit freaking defense. That's like, I mean, obviously, you can have all the firepower that you want offensively, right? Buffalo can add another receiver or two in the draft. They can do that.
You know what? Isn't that what the Niners had last year against Kansas City? Was the defense, right? Like that was like their bread and butter. That's
the thing. See, that's where I'm confused too. You bring up a great point because no, the Niners had the defense, and that's why I thought the Niners were going to win that game. I had the Niners winning the Super Bowl, and I remember thinking of before the game was even played. I'm like, this Niners defense, I think they could do something. They could stop Mahomes enough where they can give Jimmy G the opportunity just to take over the game. But we all know what happened with Jimmy G having that overthrow with Emmanuel Sanders. That who knows what would have happened. I mean, they probably would have won the game. I mean, they were at that point in time where if Jimmy G would have made that throw to Sanders, I think we're talking about a whole different, result. But, obviously that's the thing though. It's just, but once again, it's just the approach to the game. How are you going to stop Mahomes? You can have whoever you want, but it's just at the end of the day, how you approach this guy. It's just about game plan and stuff too. That's what it boils down to because Mahomes is just that great. And if I was a coach in that league, I would be stressing out each and every day. I'll be working 24/7 trying to figure out a game plan on how in the world to stop this guy.
I'm saying, man. I think if anyone's close, and shout out to my man E-Dog1234. He said Lions wish they had a defense. Goddamn right, the Lions wish we had a defense. I wish we had a defense too. But I think, and we've yet to see it. And I think they didn't match up last year, right? The Titans played KC and they lost.
Yep, in the AFC Championship. Yep.
I think if there is a solution, and again, and this is a thought because we don't know yet. We haven't really seen them be beat when it counts, when it matters the most in the playoffs. I think maybe a rushing attack is the answer to that because you're keeping that offense off of the field. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not giving the opportunity to score, and go crazy like they do. But I mean, we have to see. Maybe we see it in the Super Bowl. You know, because Tampa's got a good defense, and they can get the ball going. You know, I mean, they did at the beginning of the year.
And here's the thing. You bring up a really good point, too, because now we're talking about a really good defensive-minded coordinator in Todd Bowles. I mean, I think just watch out for him bringing a lot of heat, a lot of pressure to Mahomes early on. At least that's what I expect from him. I think he should do that. Try to bring in as much heat consistently as possible with your star linebackers and David and
so much speed at that linebacker position for them, man.
And oh my God, how could I forget Devin White? Devin White too. Holy crap! I mean, if you can bring consistent pressure early on Mahomes, just to send him a message, that's what I'm looking forward to. Is how Todd Bowles is going to send a message to Mahomes early on. I expect that to happen really quickly.
I'm looking at the cap space too, as far as like for next year. So like, I guess trying to get an idea of like what Buffalo could, you know, if they have money to bring on big pieces, and it's really just an ad playing. I'm saying, hold on a second, get this out of my fucking way. Oh, did I lose you too? Oh, you're still there.
No, I'm here.
So my internet, I don't know why. For some reason, when I stream, my internet's just shit. I gotta just plug it straight into it. That's what I gotta start doing because this shit's crazy. Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. You crapped out for a second on me, but we're good. We're good.
All right, cool. Yeah, my internet's fucking ass. Fuck AT&T and Tom Brady. It's a bundle deal. A bundle deal of fuck.
Oh my God! But I wanted to bring up a stat real quick. I told you earlier that this is according to Elias Sports Bureau. Pat Mahomes, he's 4-1, right? When trailing by 2 or more scores in the playoffs. Now, I'm sure you know the only other starting quarterback to do that more. Take a wild guess who it is.
Tom Brady.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Brady.
Fuck you, Sean, for bringing that
up. No, it was just something I was looking into. I just was looking into some.
That's
crazy
impressive
stats.
though, man. 4-1 behind 2 or more scores. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl appearance, man. It's that man. I always admit it. I never don't admit it, but dude's fucking great, man.
Mm-hmm.
You could say what you want about skill set because like I truly couldn't tell you what's like a skill set Tom Brady possesses. It's better than like any other quarterback throughout the history. There's just not really one. But in terms of I guess just making the right play or just being coachable, I mean I really don't know what it is with him, man. But his teams find a way to win every single time, man.
Yep. And I'm glad we cleared the narratives for all those people who believed that Tom Brady was a system quarterback. He only could succeed underneath Bill Belichick. He's gonna only win he can only win underneath Belichick. No more. He's in the Super Bowl. Guess what?
I know.
He's going for his 7th ring, baby. He's out there to prove all those haters wrong.
It fucking sucks, man. I can't even say that Bill made the playoffs this year without him because he didn't, and they had Cam Newton.
You can't even. That's the thing,
former
though.
MVP. Like fuck.
Brady and Gronk are laughing hysterically right now. They're loving every moment of this. Then you got Bill Belichick.
Stacked, though, man. I will say that. Like this team's incredibly stacked
on
both sides of the ball too. It's not just the offensive side.
But easy. That's why he left them. That's why he left New England. When he was a free agent, he was looking for a team that was willing to build and stack up both sides of the ball. That's what he was looking for.
Some of it just came as the season went along too. Like Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, like they just kept acquiring pieces and
that. But once again, that's the Brady effect, man. That's what happens throughout the season. Like all of a sudden, you could have a quality player out there. I don't know. Let's just say week 10 out there on the free agent market, and all of a sudden that guy says, "Oh crap, Brady's. Oh, I could feel that he's going to try to make a Super Bowl run this year. I want to go join that team. Let's get to work." And then all of a sudden, you got another big playmaker. It's like boom.
And we spoke about it before we went live too. Like you rarely ever see. You have your favorites going in, right? The teams that should dominate, they're supposed to dominate. but they never. It's rare they ever actually do, and you have that this year with the Bucs and Kansas City. You know, they're both the super teams of the league. Because don't forget, you know, Kansas City had Le'Veon Bell come and join them too, ring chasing. You know.
Yeah,
I shall see, man. I'm not picking until it gets closer. I've been too good with the picks lately. I can't ruin that yet. I'll keep the suspense until we hit 1K. That's when I'll give up my pick.
No, hey man, we're gonna drag this out because we need to drag this out because we're gonna have a really boring next week of football. Next Sunday, that's the Pro Bowl. And who's gonna be watching that? Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So are they gonna actually play it, or are they just? I thought it was just nominations this year. Are they gonna actually play it?
I'm pretty sure they were gonna try to go for and play it. I could be wrong on that. I'll get the official word on that.
Yeah.
But I want to say that they're gonna attempt to play the game. I'm gonna go with that for now. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is all just nominations and just virtual crap. But
because of COVID, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But who fucking watches the Pro Bowl anyway?
I know.
Any offseason moves for your Giants? Because I know my Lions been really active lately, man. A lot of news out of Detroit lately.
Yeah, and I mean, we got to hit on that real quick with your team because you know how I feel about the you guys hiring Anthony Lynn as your OC. I think that's a terrific move. And whoever your next QB is, I mean, this is a huge question mark right now. And this is actually the first time I'm talking to you about this with Stafford now. I mean,
yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's the first time we're talking about it.
He gave it his all, man. And I know I don't have the actual feelings like you do because obviously you live in Detroit, you know, everything like that. You believe, you know, you have all those feelings about him. I don't know what it feels like with him, but I know he was great for the city. He was a really good guy. And, you know, I wish him the best with wherever he goes. And it's, you know, it even hurts me just to know that he couldn't succeed in Detroit. You know what I mean? Like he couldn't make that next level that I would have loved to see him go the next way with the Lions before, you know, this had to happen. It sucks, but this is the obvious choice. You got to go new coach, new OC, new entire coaching staff. You got to make this move, bring in a new quarterback and start from fresh.
Yeah. It's weird because, you know, we're constantly reminded that there's going to be a $19 cap hit in the presence of a trade. But then isn't there like this? There's some kind of rule if you cut guys before the final roster or something like that, like you don't have to pay out the full thing, or is it all? Yeah. So I'm wondering.
It depends on before it has to be by a certain date, whatever that certain date is. If you trade him by that point, you don't have to pay him the full thing.
Yeah. See, I got to do my research to find that out because we may not be stuck with the entire $19 million. But yeah, man, Matthew Stafford, you know, went to the Lions after the season. He's like, hey, like I don't want to do this again. And quietly, you know, during interviews and whatnot with GMs, the Lions let it be known, like, hey, if you took over this team, this guy's not going to be here. Like, what are your game plans? You know, what's your plan? It sounds like Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell were the guys with the right answers to that because his news is broken and it's official and Matthew Stafford wants out. I have a question for you though, and yeah, I guess I should take the time to speak on this. I have before, but like undoubtedly the greatest quarterback of Detroit Lions history.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like without question. Not the greatest franchise. You know what I'm saying? Not many options really compared to him, you know? But I definitely enjoyed moments of his time here, but ultimately he just wasn't the answer. You know, he's just not the answer. He can't do it by himself. I'm not going to say everything was his fault, but he's just not. He also just wasn't the solution to all the problems, you know, especially paying him the amount of money we were paying him at this point. You know, I don't think any team. Did you ever watch that video I did on the on Stafford?
I did. Yeah.
You seen that stat with the quarterbacks, the average salary of quarterback who's won Super Bowls since Matthew Stafford's been $8 million?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah, so and then I thought on it too. I was like, holy shit, you know, Rodgers got his big contract. I mean, other guys got the big contract even after winning. Russell, you know what I'm saying? They don't really do much after. Stafford had one of those contracts without the success. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck, man, we're paying this guy like that beside the point is when you give those guys that much money, you can't really fill out the rest of your team. You know,
Yeah,
we may see a difference this year with Mahomes and Brady, but those are two outliers when I did those numbers too, where Tom Brady and Peyton Manning had 18 million, but other than that, the average salary was 8 million.
Yeah,
But
that's crazy.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of just talking all over the place. But where do you think he's going to go, Stafford?
Oh man, and I know I'm expecting this. If whoever watches this video later on and puts in the comments, you're always going to hear New England. I told that to Frankie. I put on my story teams that I was thinking. I was thinking the Colts, the Panthers, Washington, and who is it? The Niners. Those are the teams that immediately come to my mind. And Frankie was like, "Oh, what about the Patriots?" And my response to him, I was like, "Dude, that organization is literally in on every single quarterback that becomes available. They're in on everybody." You're always going to throw in the Patriots, but I really think he goes to a team like the Colts or the Niners or Washington. That's just my gut with him. But who knows what happens?
I think I don't know why I feel so strongly with it. It just feels like, hey, this might be another mystic black prediction, bro. I don't know. But I feel very strongly that we may see him in a Colts uniform next year. I think part of that being they have a tremendous amount of cap space. If it's something they truly want to pursue, they could also like surround him with a bunch too. And it's so crazy the success of that franchise without spending the money for it. You know what I'm saying? As of late, I know no Super Bowls as of late, and since Peyton Manning or whatnot, but like to bounce back from losing Peyton Manning was crazy. As a Lions fan, I know that's hard enough to do. And then to lose Andrew Luck, and then to be in playoffs, a year later, 2 years later after losing Andrew Luck, like that's a great fucking organization, man. And they got a lot of cap space to put stuff behind them. Like, do you think Stafford wins with another team though? Or do you think it's truly dependent on like what's around him?
Here, like to piggyback off what you're saying with Indy, I think if I'm Stafford, that's my number one spot where I want to get traded to.
Yeah.
And just because of, like you said, with their history at the position and what this organization accomplishes offensively and getting talent. Like, look at the supporting cast right now. You look at if T.Y. Hilton could get a little bit back to what he was at some point. We saw that a little bit this past year of him trying to get back to what he used to be. Maybe who knows what happens with Hill next year. He can maybe do some big-time damage again. Then you have the kid Michael Pittman in his second year.
Yeah.
Then you look at Jonathan Taylor. You look at Nyheim Hines in that backfield. You look at Jordan Wilkins, who was a quality third guy.
Yeah.
And even Marlon Mack when he was healthy. Like, man, oh, man. I mean, it just gets better and better, that offense. Their offensive line, I think, is very underrated with Quentin Nelson. He's ridiculous, one of the best guards out there in the league. But, I mean, that should be his number one spot to go to. I mean, that if you want to talk about out of the teams right now, you look at Washington, you look at Carolina, you look at San Fran, you look at New England. Are all those teams built like that offensively? No. Not all of them have like 2 or 3, 4 options and a quality offensive line to go with that. So, I mean, like I said, if I'm Stafford, Indy's the number one spot where I would like to be traded to.
And they got some pieces on the other side of the ball too on defense.
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of playmakers there.
Fucking Miles, what's the linebacker's name? Something Leonard.
Oh, Darius Leonard. Oh my God,
that's a bad man. That's a bad man. Yeah, I think I'm 100.
What happened with the? Oh wait, did I lose you easy? Yeah, I think so. But no, like I said, guys, I think that that's a spot where I would like to see Matthew Stafford go. Is Indy. We'll see what happens, but something we keep on forgetting too is Frank Wright, who's the head coach. I mean, he's a quality head coach, and I think that's what he's missing. He's missing that next guy. He's missing that quarterback, and much younger option now when you look at it. He just had Phillip Rivers, and now you're going to bring in a guy like Stafford that, I mean, let's see what he can do with the quality offense. It's going to be really interesting to see. I would love to see him in Indy, definitely. But I wanted to get to real quick. I forgot to touch base with this. When you look at the Bucs offense, I mean, think of the rookie out of Minnesota real quick, Tyler Johnson, what he's done. I mean, when Brady targets this kid, man, oh man, he can make plays. He makes plays. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think he wasn't crazy involved, but he was targeted twice. He only had one reception for 16 yards. But this kid is an absolute bowler. And I love Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson,
the kid from Minnesota for Tampa Bay.
Oh, my fucking internet sucks, man. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good, man.
I was gonna say though, if Stafford went anywhere outside of the 49ers and the Colts, I'm gonna talk all my shit because he's not gonna win shit. Those are the only two teams I can see him actually doing something with, and it's nothing to do with him, just the teams around him. Obviously you saw the Niners go to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G. We saw how great Jimmy G was when he overthrew whoever the fuck it was.
Oh my God, Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we saw where his skill set is. Like, obviously that team probably get there with a Matthew Stafford. And then the Colts, like we said, they just, even if they got Stafford, they still have a lot of money to like go all in with like free agent signings. Like Kenny Galladay's there. Not so much high on Juju Smith as everybody else is, but he's a free agent that's out there. Tons of defensive guys. I think it was a club option though, but Von Miller could possibly hit the market this year. We know he's having some like personal problems, that maybe something you see, What if he went to Kansas City? That's all next year. We'll speculate that. For my Detroit Lions and my Detroit Lions fans, I think you have to be positive in the fact that we just hired Anthony Lynn as our offensive coordinator, former head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, who ushered in Justin Herbert to what might be a star for the league now. Like, you gotta be confident in him being there for you when you're bringing in a rookie quarterback.
Yep. And I mean, this, like we said earlier, I think this is a perfect fit. And that's the best part. Like, that's the best scenario you can be in if you're like Campbell right now. You're bringing in an OC who's a former head coach who worked with a really good, who's going to be a terrific quarterback in this league, Justin Herbert. I mean, it might be a stretch, but one of my bold predictions, I'm going to say it now because I think Herbert can be in the conversation for MVP next season. I know that's way too early to say already. I think he could be in the conversation for that. I'm not going to say that he's going to get it, but I just think that he'll be in the conversation for a decent amount of time in the season. I think he'll be in the conversation. But that's the best part, though, about this hire is that you're bringing in a guy who's experienced in working with a young, really good quarterback, and now that I think hopefully that transitions over to here.
Yeah, I really hope so, man. Because the thing too with the Herbert is like he may be talented. We know for coaching, plays a big part in how your success is in the league, but wasn't expecting to be a starter. On top of that, he had a COVID offseason. So he was not really like working with a lot of these guys. Number one, he's not getting reps with the ones at all. That's just not a thing. I'm saying, other than obviously when Tyrod Taylor went out. Two, he's just like grasping the playbook and learning it without running reps. I'm saying, like, it's just that was super impressive, man. So I'm pumped to have him on our side. And I don't know if you saw this today. I reported it though on the Instagram. We signed John Dorsey. We're going to sign John Dorsey, former GM of the Packers, former GM of the Kansas City Chiefs, and with the Browns more recently too, when they made all the trades for Odell Beckham and you drafted Nick Chubb, Baker Mayfield, kind of a miss, whatever. But the trades, what I'm more impressed with out of him.
Dude, you're bringing in guys who are just, who got the brains in this industry. And it's like, hopefully this works out and everything. But man, Dorsey, that's a good, I like that move. I like it too, because my biggest concern with that general manager hire, Brad Holmes, was that
he was just the head scout. He was just known for like scouting the young guys. But now, because he lacks, I guess, in my opinion, I'm not a fucking professional. I don't know what he's been doing his past 8 years. You know what I'm saying? But my opinion was that he lacked the front office aspects, like making trades, signing free agents, stuff like that. But now you're bringing an experienced guy in John Dorsey who can do that, man. Like Green Bay, I'm looking at his resume right now. General manager for Kansas City Chiefs from 2013 to 2016. When was Mahomes drafted?
Mahomes was drafted 2017. I want to say 2017. I gotta do this. I gotta look it up. I hate being I hate being iffy.
I'll look it up too.
I want to say he was 2017.
I think you're right though. You're actually right because of the same draft as
yeah, it is 2017.
Chicago.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pulling up the draft classes though because I want to look at who he's drafted to. We even won that though, like the free agent signings and won that too. Jamal Charles, I think though he did draft.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was definitely 2017 because this is the same draft class with Leonard Fournette.
Yeah. So in 26, oh no, he wasn't part of that one though. But in 2016, he was part of the draft. He was a general manager, and they drafted Chris Jones, who was a great defensive piece for them. And that was a second round pick too. A couple guys don't really know. Where's Eric Murray? He's not a big name. Demarcus Robinson. Oh, he drafted Tyreek Hill in the 5th round that year because last year's GM. Marcus Peters, beast. Chris Conley. James O'Shawn Hennessy. D Ford. D'Anthony Thomas never really panned out. He's supposed to be like legit. Eric Fisher, Central Michigan. He sprained his Achilles today, man. You think that gives the Tampa Bay Bucks a chance in the Super Bowl?
Man, it's so unfortunate for them. I think regardless, if this didn't happen, I mean, I think they still have a legit shot. Obviously, you get to this point, and I mean, look at Tampa Bay's track record right now throughout this postseason. They're starting to score more and more offensively, and like now you know that for a fact they're getting ready to score a lot of points against KC because that's the only way you're going to beat this team is that you have to put up points on the board, and if you don't do that, you're not going to beat them. So that's something they definitely got to do still.
I'm looking real quick too. When Aaron Rodgers was drafted, he may have helped draft Aaron Rodgers too. He did.
Wow. Yeah. No, you got a really, really good football mind. He's really smart. And I mean, I know a lot of Washington fans. I have a couple of friends who are huge Washington fans, and they wanted Dorsey as like their new GM. They were huge. They really wanted him.
He was my second favorite. Well, out of everyone who was available, there was Ed Dodds that I wanted, and Dorsey was my number 2. And now we end up. I mean, I didn't want Brad Holmes, but now we end up with a guy I'm supposed to be happy in, Brad Holmes. Supposedly has some promise with, and now we're still bringing John Dorsey on as a consultant. Like this is beautiful, man.
Hey, it definitely works.
Any news for your Giants? Anything like exciting for you guys coming up? Or what?
I mean, I wish I could say that there's like exciting news right now, but I mean, what they're gonna dress on in free agency, I'll tell you this, is that they're gonna look at wide receivers for sure, because obviously that's quote unquote. I'm praying to God that Dave Gettleman's not talking out of his ass right now and lying to us about not getting receivers, but I think he will. He's going to be in the market for a former draft pick of his in Curtis Samuel. I think he'll be in the market for him. Who's the other guy? Man.
Kenny Galladay, they got to be in the market.
Oh, yeah, Galladay. Yep,
yeah,
Galladay.
I think traded for him during the regular season.
Yeah, I think they're big-time players for him. The one guy that a lot of Giant fans would love, including myself, is Allen Robinson, but here's the catch for him. He's going to be requiring a lot of money where you're probably going to have to pay the guy about $20 million per year or something. Yeah, or something pretty close to that, like an 18 to 20. I'm telling you, easy. He's going to have a really big payday, this guy. It's a bigger contract, him or Kenny Galladay? Oh, 100% A-Rob. A-Rob gets a bigger contract. Yeah.
I'm looking at the highest paid. I'm looking at the salaries of the highest paid wide receivers.
And you never
Holy
know.
shit. You're not too far off, man. I mean, you're probably gonna be right. I did not know this. I did not know the salaries for receivers had gotten to this high. This is just like average though, but DeAndre Hopkins tops the list at $27 million.
That's crazy.
That's his average annual for a fucking wide receiver. That's insane.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. I think he's gonna hit that 20 mil from somebody. And the teams that come to mind for me is the Miami Dolphins and I'm gonna say the New York Jets. I'm gonna include the Jets because I mean I don't like playing the what if game, but I'm gonna use it here. But could you imagine if you get Deshaun Watson in a trade? I mean, that's gonna intrigue freaking Robinson. I mean, I think he's.
Are you talking for the Jets?
Yeah, for the Jets. I think that. I mean, I think A-Rob freaking signs there immediately if you trade for Watson.
Crazy.
Holy crap! It's a whole new ball game all of a sudden. Because the Jets, you have to remember this: they have some money to spend this offseason. The Jets have some decent amount of money. It's gonna be I think they'll be big time players for him.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other wide receivers at the top. I mean, Juju's there. Like I said, where do you sit with Juju after this year? Do you think he's like a top caliber wide receiver? Or you think he's like,
man, after watching him this year, he is not a number one receiver in an offense. I think he's a second guy.
Yeah,
he's not a guy where you put him as your number one and you'd be like, all right, we're surrounding our offense around Juju. No, he's not that type. He's not at that level as a receiver.
Yeah.
He's that number two guy. You got to go and get your number one guy. And then Juju is he's a building piece. He's a supporting cast to that number one. You know what I mean?
No, 1,000% I agree. And then I'm sorry to bring back to this because we did already discuss it, but the Stafford thing. What's the trade value of a Matthew Stafford in your opinion?
Oof, I think that.
And give me all the things that you're putting, like factoring into it too.
I think that you're going to be getting the highest pick I think you can get for him is actually a second rounder. I think someone is willing to give you a second rounder, maybe a second and maybe a fifth, something along those lines. I could see that happening. I mean, obviously, he's at that point in time in his career where you're not going to get a first for him. You know, I know you guys would love to in a dream scenario. But, you know, that's just not going to happen. I think a second rounder and even possibly a fourth rounder, it depends on the team. Like if they think that, hey, we really want Stafford and we really think this guy's the answer to our offense, we'll offer you a second and a fourth or a second and a third just to beat out everybody else. I could see that happening. But I definitely see a second rounder for sure and a mid second pick.
Now, is that a testament to his skill set and ability or his age? Like
that is here's the thing. That is for his age. That is for his age and what I've seen this past season and what he's based off of that. Like if he had a really outstanding like year and like he, you know what I mean? I think that's when like you definitely put in consideration of giving much more draft capital. But at his age now, I mean, it's really hard to give up a lot of picks for this guy. But someone's going to give you a good offer for sure because there's at least 4 or 5 teams that need a new starting quarterback. So someone's going to freaking bite. They know that Stafford wants out, but, you know, at the end of the day, I think you get something pretty good out of the deal.
I'm hoping so, man. I could see a late first getting in there or maybe like a first from like the future. That sounds weird to say out loud, but, you know, like a future first round pick. But a late one. I don't think ever. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, that's a dream scenario. I'm hoping that for you guys. I would love you to get a freaking like a future first round pick. It doesn't have to be for 2021. If it could be for 2022, 2023, whatever. Yeah. Somewhere along those lines. I would love you guys to get like a future first for him. As of right now, I just don't see that happening. But I mean, you never know. Like if you want to really like blow Detroit away in a trade and be like, that's my quarterback, and I'm willing to give you a future first for him. To be honest with you, if you're Detroit, how the heck do you say no to that? I mean, that's the best offer you'll get.
Yo, maybe we get Darius Leonard. I'd take him.
Hey, that's the thing though. We got to do this in I'm big with college football, and I'm huge. I love prospects. I'm a big guy with the prospects and stuff. We got to do a lot of shows about that because, man, I'm so hyped about the draft class. You guys, not just about the first round, you can find really good talent in the third and fourth round in this upcoming draft. There's a lot of guys that I'm circling that it's going to be really interesting to see where these guys get drafted.
How do you do on those? Like, are the picks, like the guys you scout, do they generally pan out, or do they ever get like high grades and whatnot? Like
the majority that I look at, they get mid-level to high grades, but some of the guys like last year, like I had a guy on my podcast. His name's Highsmith. He's from a small school in Charlotte, and he's a linebacker. And a lot of people are really undervaluing him. They had him as a grade like in the low 70s, I want to say. Low 70s, maybe mid 70s. And I was like, man, this guy should be in like the early 80s, mid 80s as a grade because just the way he was playing career-wise. But they had him ranked, like I said, in the 70s. So then heading into the draft process, a lot of people were like, there's no way this guy's going to go first and second. And that ended up happening. He didn't go first, second. He went in the third round, late third round. Pittsburgh Steelers drafted him, and the rest is history. I mean, he had a terrific rookie year. He ended up taking over for Bud Dupree. He ended up starting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his name's Highsmith. He played a huge role in that defense.
Are you still tight with him?
Yeah, I reached out to him. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I gotta get him back on the show.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I've been talking to his. Well, here's the thing. When I had him on, I asked his closest friend, like who was his agent at the time in college, but he's not his agent anymore. You know what I mean? Like he has a different agent in the pros now. But I've been in contact with his best friend too, trying to set something up, have him on talk about the rookie season. So if I could get him on, man, I'm having him on here with me and you. We'll talk to him if I could get him on. For sure.
I would love that, man. That'd be dope. We definitely gotta do that. Yeah, we gotta get him a Super Bowl pick. We get a Super Bowl pick from him.
Yeah.
I'll see if I get Darius back on with us too.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Because I've been trying to get him back on for actually a few days now. Just waiting for an answer. Hopefully, hopefully he sees a message soon.
Just send him nudes.
You're like, do whatever you got to do for him to hop on the show.
The fucking selfie. Are you leaning on the door? You're just like,
oh my god, my face looks like a damn tomato right now. Oh my god,
that's so funny.
My face looks like a tomato on the screen right now. Dude, I get.
Hopefully, don't worry, man. This will get like 4 views. He'll never see it. That's the beautiful thing about being at this level, right? You can say crazy shit right now, right?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I guess maybe not. We'll see. We'll find out.
Dude, and like I actually got this advice from somebody too because they've told me they're like, yo, Sean, make sure when you do those IG lives and stuff, and if you do like an interview with somebody, just make sure you never talk crap about a player on there because you just never know who's gonna watch it. And you know me already, Easy. I'm not that type of guy who's gonna talk shit about a player, like meaning about them personally or anything like that. I'm not that type of guy. But that's just what I've been given advice about that. It's just that you never know who's gonna watch it and be like, yo, God forbid you say something and all of a sudden the guy's like, yo, I heard my friend told me that you said this about me. What the hell is that about? So it was like,
Yeah, I think that happened to me. I think that happened to me with in the UFC community because like I've been whiffing, man, interview requests lately. But it is what it is.
Hey, dude, you want something? It's all part of the process, man. It's just experience and you know what it is. Just more and more content, and then more people will realize it, and then more people will want to come on.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I love that we like get to do this shit too. You can't be solely dependent on a guest because of situations like that. On top of other scenarios too. Like sometimes you get hold out. Sometimes motherfuckers just don't hit you back up. Like it just happens, man.
Yeah. Speaking about that, yeah, because I was supposed to have the App State defensive back on. I was planning on to do it on here, and
that's right.
I asked him Saturday morning. I reached out to him like I would say about 9:30 in the morning, and I still haven't heard back from him about coming on. Like I don't know what happened with him. Maybe I guess he's really busy, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to go out and get a following just based off your opinion and just you speaking. Because that way it's just a bonus when you have a guest on,
Yeah.
Who are your idols in this shit? Like, who do you look up to? Who you admire to like be like I guess, in this, or not be like, but who fuels you?
I mean, right now, I love what I see from Pat McAfee. I mean, like that type of energy. Like I love the energy that he brings to the table, man. Just to sports, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I really hope that this guy is going to be like an announcer at some type of analyst on like national TV, because this guy just, he's really good at what he does. And even I got to give a huge shout out to somebody from the Yes Network who covers Yankees baseball. His name's Ryan Rucco. He does this excellent podcast where he works with former Yankee pitcher. I don't know if you ever heard of him, CC Sabathia.
I heard of CC Sabathia. What do you mean? I heard of CC Sabathia.
I don't know, Easy. I don't know where your baseball knowledge is. I have no clue.
Yeah. He looks like me if I were to start playing baseball. We started to towards the end. He's getting big.
Dude, he's getting in really good shape, man.
Is he really?
Dude, holy crap. I mean, retirement life, man, he got himself in really good shape, man. He looks like a whole different person.
Yeah, people always growing up always had a debate with like people about the baseball players and like and athleticism. I used to like just I'd nitpick like they're not as much as like a world class athlete as like I guess you'd see in NFL or NBA. Was always my point. And they'd always bitch and tell me no. I'm like, we have guys who play fucking like one game a week.
Yeah.
And then they'd always argue. And then CC Sabathia, you know what I'm saying, fucking like all-star and all that. And not the epitome of physique. He's not the. There's even more guys than that though too. We had a couple too.
Dude, it just still it's crazy to me just what that guy Sabathia has accomplished throughout his like major league career, because you always heard about it. You always heard people talk like if they would talk bad about him, it was due to how much he weighed. And then like this, oh man, this guy they're always saying, oh, he needs to lose weight. He needs to lose weight. But I mean, he was a damn good pitcher. Like, he was a really good pitcher.
Well, that's even like Kung Fu Panda. You know what I'm saying? Like he carried that fucking the Giants when they won, and he's a pudgier guy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, one of the top 5 nicknames of all time.
What was it?
So that's like one of the best nicknames of all time too.
Oh yeah.
What's his actual name?
I think it's oh wait. It's Carson. Is it Carson or I think it's Carson Charles Sabathia.
Is that? Oh no, I'm talking about the guy. Who's the guy from the Giants, the San Francisco Giants? The chubbier guy. I think was it Kung Fu Panda or some shit.
Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah, him.
I wasn't sure because I wasn't sure if you were asking what CC stands for. I wasn't sure.
Oh, it's impressive that you know that though, because I would not have guessed that at all.
I gave you both. Gave you both just in case.
Yeah, there you go. Well, shit, man, we are over the hour mark. You want to wrap this one up or?
Yeah.
We fucking just call it there. I mean, we could keep chilling too. I don't give a fuck. We're just talking.
Yeah, there's like no. I mean, we just basically talked about our stuff with football. I mean, once again, people, I'll admit it. I don't have a problem admitting when I was wrong. I'll say it again. If you didn't hear me earlier on, I was wrong with my picks. I had Green Bay and Buffalo. Obviously, we got the Kansas City and Tampa Bay was the better teams, and I'm really looking forward to the Super Bowl. I really am. It's gonna be a really good matchup. I think great future for Buffalo. As for the Bills, once again, no need for them to get discouraged as a team. I mean, they're an up and coming team, like you said earlier. Easy, amazing turnaround for a Josh Allen. I mean, what he's been through so far early in his career, turned that around already. But it's just going to be really interesting to see what happens. And as for Aaron Rodgers, I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see what the heck is that talks in the offseason. Like, what is Jordan Love's progression in that offense? How much longer is Rodgers going to be in Green Bay? Like, when is that situation going to end? Like, where we're talking about a Brett Favre situation. When is that coming?
You know what? That might be another name. That might be another quarterback name that hits the pool this year.
Dude,
Aaron Rodgers. Can you imagine if the 49ers got him?
Man. Dude, he's not finishing his career in Green Bay. I don't think he's finishing in Green Bay.
Oh yeah, I pray he doesn't, man. They've done him dirty, in my opinion. Like the Jordan Love pick this year is fucking that was horrendous. Mm-hmm. Like you traded up to get him. Yeah, you're in a spot where you're contending for a Super Bowl this year. You know, you were in the NFC Championship last year. Like get something to win now. Like what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
like, it just blows my mind. But who has a higher trade value, Stafford or Rodgers in that scenario?
Oh, definitely the bad man. I gotta definitely go with him. I mean, if you pencil him in just about any offense and you give him some receivers, holy crap, man. I mean, it's gonna be really crazy what the heck happens with that. I'm trying to think of suitors. It's too early to bring up suitors because we don't know if it's going to happen this offseason.
It's going to be the same suitors for Stafford, right? It's the same teams that need quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's going to be really the same teams just about. But, man.
I really want him to go to San Fran because isn't he from California? California kid?
He might be from California. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up real quick. He is from California, actually. I already know.
It sounds right. It sounds right. As soon as you when you say it, I just I might not know it, but when I hear it, it's like this. Yeah. Oh, the bell, California.
He's from Chico, California, wherever that is, man. But yeah, man, him and the Niners, that'd be your hometown team.
Oh my God,
they're stacked too. I'm saying, as a team,
yeah, he would love that. Oh my goodness,
and they went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G. If they had Aaron Rodgers, man,
dude, and if you think about it. I think he would have a tremendous relationship with Kyle Shanahan. Oh my God, that would be
that's the coach there too. That's a brilliant offensive mind to pair with one of the best to do it,
dude. Yeah, just watch out for that in the future. We're not saying this offseason, possibly the next one.
No, this offseason.
We think I think San Francisco is definitely a big time suitor for him if they move on from him soon.
Rodgers got to go, man. I hope for his sake he does at least. I don't know.
I mean, up to this point, it's what else can he do for them? You know what I mean? He was how many?
The thing too, they're not showing him any support. The Jordan Love thing was yeah, we're just here's your back. We're preparing for when you leave, when you're out of here.
And here's the thing, people some people might forget this, but he was in the NFC Championship last year. He was in there last year.
Yep.
And that's who you draft. You trade up not to get a receiver, to get your successor, his successor.
And the fact that you traded up to do it, you're saying you gave up other pieces.
Oh,
fucking wild, man.
And you just gotta give all the credit in the world to this guy because who in the world would imagine him getting back to the NFC Championship with them trading up for a quarterback? He got back there.
It's nuts.
Dude, he's just proven that front office wrong. He's proven Matt LaFleur wrong. It's just I don't know what else you need to see from this guy. He's the MVP of the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, man, what else do you need to see from this guy? This guy's ready to win. He was close. He should have won today. He had opportunities to win. He really did.
He had opportunities to win, man.
He really did, man. When you look at it, like I'm going to be saying this for a little bit, but when Brady turns over the football like that, and you have a great quarterback, a terrific quarterback like Rodgers, how the heck don't you capitalize on those opportunities? I mean, I mean,
yeah. I mean, part of it. I'll be real about it too. Like part of it kind of is on Rodgers in that situation too, because like
yeah,
you had the ball, like, but it is what it is, man.
Yep.
Fucking look.
I need to start. I need to stop being upset about the results of the Packers and the Bills game. I gotta start focusing on my own team. I'm acting like I'm a Green Bay fan or something. It's like why am I feeling for Green Bay? They should be feeling for my Giants too. Then.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for Green Bay. I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's just that's the thing though. It's like you don't feel bad for the team. It's just one specific player that you feel bad for.
Yeah, I really hope to see him go to San Fran. That'd be lit. I'd love to see him go to San Fran, Stafford go to Indy, and I kind of don't want to see Stafford go to Indy because that way I can talk shit to all the Lions fans that like talk shit to me about. You'll see when he leaves here, bro. People are tears, bro. People are really upset about him leaving here, but I understand it. He's the franchise guy for such a long time.
Yep, that's just like I mean, I'll say what do you think the Chicago Bears do? I feel like they don't get mentioned enough about the quarterback spot because I don't see them rolling out. I don't see them rolling out with Trubisky and Nick Foles again. I just can't see that. That's me. I don't know what they're gonna do.
That's a good point. This is gonna be a silly opinion, maybe. I feel like when it comes to the Chicago Bears, they're just dumb. They're stupid. Like I don't understand. Like look back to times they traded for Cutler. They gave around like a first and a third and something else. And they re-signed Cutler after he's nothing but mediocre. You traded up to get Mitch Trubisky. They're just a stupid team, bro. Like what do you do? And then you had a beautiful defense like the past 2 years to like try to do something to complement them on the offensive side of the ball, and you failed to. I mean, they try to get Nick Foles. I guess you give them credit; they tried to do that, but like, and other people have other opinions on Cam Newton, but like, get fucking Cam Newton, bro. Like, what do you do? Like,
they could have. There was so many other guys they could have made an attempt for, and
you know what I'm saying? And like, you already have a shit quarterback play, so think lowly of Cam Newton. At least he could run the football at points, and like win you games on his feet, or like make plays, just by breaking down the pocket and whatnot, like. I think they're too stupid to capitalize on a Matthew Stafford or Aaron Rodgers hitting them. They're just getting dumb. It is what it is, man. God. Sorry, Chicago Bears fans, but I fucking hate the Bears too, though. I will admit that. But they are fucking dumb. Like those are just dumb fucking moves.
I mean, I don't know if you recall this, but I think this was the owner saying this. He was basically impressed. We'll just sum it up. Basically, he was pretty much impressed by what the Bears did during the season. Like he was impressed by Matt Nagy and the GM. I think his name's Ryan Pace. He said that he was impressed by them, and I'm bringing them back for another year. I was like, dude, were we watching the same team? Were we watching the same offense? What do you mean you're impressed? I'm like, what? The defense was carrying you all year. The defense carried you all year.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like just fucking dumb. Like what are you doing?
The defense carried you all year. And I was like, you came out saying that? You're like this. You feel comfortable with those two? I'm like,
yeah. Nagy for sure. I think should go. Pace. I can't speak on because I don't know their draft history and like whatnot. But like Magny,
dude, but he was the guy who drafted. He moved up to get Trubisky though. It was just like,
oh, then fuck him. Yeah, he get the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the guy. He's been there for.
The funny thing about that shit too is like nobody was planning on taking Trubisky. And they're only like 2 or 3 picks away after them.
Yeah.
After the Niners.
I'm looking up his draft pick history right now because I'll give it to you as soon as it comes up. Let's see. All right. So, you ready for this? Let's go to 2015. His first round pick was wide receiver Kevin White. Then you got a nose tackle, Eddie Goldman, in the second round that year. Then you have a center in the third round, I have no clue how to pronounce that first name that starts with an H, but his last name starts with it's like a Grosu or whatever the hell that is. 4th round, Jeremy Langford. He's a running back. The 5th round guy, one of his best draft picks, Adrian Amos. That was a good pick. I will give him that. All right, so let's see 2016. All right, Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd was he was a decent 1st round pick for them. I'll give him that. Yeah, he might have not played really good with Chicago at the tail end of his tenure over with the Bears. But he's moving on. He moved on with the Rams now. He's looking like a really good player. Let's see who else. We got Cody Whitehair, offensive lineman, 2nd round in 2016. Jonathan Bullard in 3rd round. He's a defensive lineman. Let's see, a 4th round pick. Nick Karatowski. Oh, he was a good pick, this linebacker. Yep, that's a good one. Let's see. They had Jordan Howard in the 5th round in 2016. That was a mediocre pick. All right, let's go to the next year. 2017. There's the GOAT himself, 2nd overall, Mitch Trubisky. There he is. Then you go to Adam Shaheen in the 2nd round. And then you go to the next 2 picks were good. Eddie Jackson, he's a free safety in the 4th round. And then running back Tariq Cohen. That was decent. I'll give him those 2. All right, so let's go the next year. 2018. No-brainer pick he had. Roquan Smith. I mean, that was a really easy pick there. That was his 1st round pick in 2018. Let's see. I forgot about Anthony Miller, the kid receiver out of Memphis. He had him in that draft. Bilal Nicholas. He's a defensive lineman. They had in the 5th round. That looks like a steal because he's really helping out that D-line right now. Okay, so that was like four or 5 guys so far. Yeah, so the overall of Ryan Pace's drafting, I mean, it's been pretty iffy. And I've read off, I would say, I've seen 5 guys. I would say 5 names that are really good players that are going to be really good players. Man. And the owner comes out saying that he was impressed by these guys. Man. I mean, Ryan Pace, you got your work cut out for you in this draft. And this is a good draft. 2021 is a really good draft. And I don't see how you could actually F up that draft. I really can't see it. It'll be interesting to see. But I'm really curious into seeing what they do at the quarterback position. Yeah, definitely fire him. Yeah, I mean, if there's no improvement, 100%, he gone. As the Chicago White Sox former play-by-play announcer Hawk Harrelson used to say, that's it. He gone. Not dealing with that shit anymore. But I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. So that'll do it on the Speakeasy Sports Show tonight. We'll be back on. We'll be talking about our Super Bowl picks later on. Obviously, that's 2 weeks away. So, but that's really about it in sports. Oh yeah, before I go, Yankees got a big time starter in Jameson Taillon. They finally get another starter. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the rotation pans out for them. Good move for the Yankees. They gave up 4 prospects who have high upside. So we'll see how that plays out for Pittsburgh in that regard. But the Yankees get a quality pitcher who's coming off a Tommy John surgery. He fought off cancer back in 2017. So this guy's an absolute warrior. And he's going to be the second starting pitcher for the Yankees coming into 2021. So that's all I have tonight, and have a good one, guys.